It's a lady in London here. Today I'm coming to you from the Cotswolds, where I'm doing a circular walk that begins and ends in the pretty village of Charlbury. This is a great one to do if you don't have a car because you can easily take the train to and from London. This walk is beautiful and it goes through pretty countryside, alongside streams and more. I can't wait to show you the route. As always, the full details and map are on my blog, aladyinlondon.com, but first let's go see what we find. It's easy to get to Charlbury from London. There are direct trains from Paddington Station, and you can arrive in the Cotswolds in less than an hour and 15 minutes. Once you're there, it's a short walk from the train station to the heart of town. You can do this walk as a day trip, but it's more fun to stay overnight. I stayed at a pretty pub with rooms in a nearby village when I did this walk. I'll put a link to where you can book it in the description of this video on YouTube. There are beautiful guest rooms here, and the pub serves great food and drinks. It's a fun place to stay. When you arrive, it's a scenic walk from the train station to the heart of town. I met a local friend here and we took a walk around to see the sights before I started my walk. From quintessential Cotswold cottages to cozy pubs and a church, there's a lot to love about this place. We also stopped for lunch at a great country pub in town. You can see the name and all the details on the blog post referenced in the description of this video on YouTube. The pub has been around since the 1500s and there's lots of atmosphere here. The classic food is delicious too. When my friend and I finish lunch, I wave goodbye and start on my relatively flat 4-mile, 6.4-kilometer walk. The route goes from the heart of town into the English countryside and through an ancient forest. Much of the walk follows the Oxfordshire Way, a famous long-distance route from Bourton-on-the-Water in Gloucestershire to the Thames in Henley. Along the way, it crosses a river and passes wooded groves and copses. After leaving town, I walk down Market Street and Thames Street as I make my way past cottages and a historic churchyard. Eventually, I reach a signpost for the Oxfordshire Way. I pass through a gate to get into a series of fields in the English countryside, and it all feels very classic Cotswolds. The circular walk route continues across 7 fields and over Water Lane. Along the way, I take in everything from golden hay bales to blackberry bushes and fluffy sheep. I go through kissing gates and wild hedges, cross small streams, and pass grazing horses. In the distance, I can see patchwork fields in the rolling hills. Eventually, I turn right and follow a track up a slight incline that skirts the edge of a grove. On one side is dense wooded area, and on the other is an open field. At the end of the grove, I turn left and follow a hedge to a gate as I take in the tower of an old church in the distance. Soon I find myself on a bridleway with green hill copse on my left. It's peaceful and quiet, and I love walking through hedges and alongside tall trees. After passing the copse, I find little wood on my right. Next, I find myself walking along a country lane. I'm leaving the Oxfordshire Way and keeping to the edge of it as I cross over a river and stop on the bridge to take in some locals fishing on the water. After crossing over the river and passing a signpost, I turn left at a trail marker and follow the bridleway leading back to Charlbury. Soon I'm back at Charlbury station, from where I take a train to my accommodation for the night and start in on another walk the next day. Thanks for coming on this walk with me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it's inspired you to get out and explore this part of the Cotswolds on foot yourself someday. It's really worthwhile, and like I said, it's an easy day trip or overnight trip from London. As always, the full route and map are on my blog, aladyinlondon.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel before you go. Happy walking!